What's going on, guys? Nvidia here, coming at you with a Crucible PvP tip video talking about button layouts in Destiny. I think it's crucial to talk about how to optimize your gameplay from a hardware and mechanical standpoint, because if you're using a layout you aren't comfortable with, or a controller you're not comfortable with, or a controller you don't like, you won't be doing as well as you would like to. In a minute, I'll switch over to a private match and controller cam I have set up and talk about clawing and a couple button layouts I'd like to focus on, e.g. the default puppeteer and jumper layouts. As a disclaimer, this is a setup video. Play and test out all or any of the button layouts and see which one works for you. Every player is going to have a different setup than you do, whether that be the controller they're using or which layout they pick. I just want to give you a couple more options to help you optimize your gameplay. Alright guys, so I just wanted to kind of bring up a couple of things while we're in this video. I booted up a private match on Twilight Gap here to kind of go over the button layouts of default, puppeteer, and jumper, and kind of their purposes, pros and cons. So I'm on default right now. I've always been a default player. I've played default for pretty much my entire life. I think I've only played a couple other different button layouts in 2 games, and that would be Modern Warfare 2 for tactical because drop shotting was a boss, and I think Halo 3 for bumper jumper. I never played bumper jumper or anything else except for Halo 3, and I've never clawed. So to kind of put into reference, I'm using a regular launch Xbox One controller, keeping it wired. I'll go over that in a little bit, but you know, just kind of put it in perspective for you guys. This is I like to call a Gen 3 controller, where it's got the 3.5mm cable for audio chat, a little bit of a different grip. I don't know if you can actually see it in the camera, but the triggers are a little bit more curved, a little bit more beveled. Nothing too crazy. The only difference between, say, this controller, the controller I'm going to be using throughout this video, and an Elite controller, which is pretty much the only different one, is the paddles that'll be right here. So like if you were going to be playing a game, it's a little awkward at this camera angle, but like if you're playing a game, you're going to be hitting those paddles for you can play default and have your paddles mapped to the jump button. So you can just be playing, oh, I need to jump, and then click the paddle. Super simple. Yeah, put that back on roommate's Xbox. Let's go back to my controller right here. So yeah, we're on default, and since I am a striker titan, I kind of just wanted to demonstrate how to skate. Now, I'm not amazing at skating. I can do it. It's just not, I'm not the greatest at it. There are clearly people who are better than me at it. So as one of the biggest things you can notice is that I have to take my thumb off the thumbstick a lot to hit my A button. A lot of people find this to be detrimental, and I can absolutely see why, because it's gonna take you a minute to actually be able to look around, and sometimes your fingers just can't move that fast or really move an angle while keeping your skating up. Now, if we, for example, move over to our jumper layout, now our jump is mapped out to our LB button. So now that we've done this, we get our run started. Our fingers never leave thumbsticks. So now I'm horrible at it just because I don't play on this layout, but just look at this range of motion. I can look around, I can shoot. If I had my super, I would say, all right, hit A, then we can just super. I would recommend, if you want to claw, which I'll get into in a little bit, clawing would definitely be easiest on the jumper, probably on the jumper button layout. Let's go over puppeteer. This right here is a aggro style person's dream, because your crouch is linked to your right stick, and now all you have to do is just run, crouch, shoot. If you have a shotgun, this is probably just it's impossible to get over. Then you just run around, crouch, turn a couple times, shoot, 1, 2, boom. If I had a shotgun out, instead of my palindrome, that's what that would look like. So boom, boom, done deal. So that's pretty much pretty much the only perks of Puppeteer that I can see is if you're a super aggro player, is you can pull out a shotgun and melee. You use shotgun. I'm gonna call it the Destiny noob combo, or use shotgun melee. All right, so yeah, some of the core differences between Jumper, Puppeteer, and Default is the amount of times your thumb moves between your thumbstick and your face buttons. Now let's talk a little bit about clawing. So clawing was developed back in the day. I don't remember what time period or when, but all I remember is hearing about this guy clawing. And clawing is essentially using your index finger for all of these face buttons. So if you're on default, your thumbs never leave, and you just A will be your jump. If you needed to run and slide, B, crouch. If you have your shotgun out, slide, boom. I have my sniper out, and then you reload pretty much all with the index button. And you're shooting with your middle finger. So, it'd be like jumping around. I'm horrible at clawing. I never found it necessary to learn. I never used it in Halo. I don't know. It's just personal opinion. The only other tip I can give you guys mechanically is to go over settings, go over to controller behavior, and I have it on right now, but turn off the controller vibration. If you're gonna be serious about trying to keep your shots consistent and not having to like freak out a little bit every time your controller vibrates, just turn it off. It's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, that'll do it for this portion, guys. I will see you in a minute. Something that I actually wanted to bring up really quickly was how important it is to directly link your controller to whatever console you're playing on. For PS4 and for Xbox One, all you have to do is take a micro USB to USB cable, and on the Xbox One, you can plug it into the side USB compartment, or you can actually put it in the USB ports on the actual back of the console. And I believe there's a couple PS4 USB ports in the back, but I know there's definitely 2 in the front. But some of the perks of actually using directly wired connections as opposed to wireless is that your batteries won't go down, and when batteries go down, you actually have more latency when it comes to your button commands. And in games like first-person shooters, latency is your worst enemy. Now, are you gonna be able to tell a visual difference from wired to wireless? No, probably not. But if you're going to be getting into like esports or something like that, it's definitely going to be a practice you're going to want to get into. Well, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you liked the video and it was helpful, please give it a like, hit that little bell for notifications of whenever I upload videos, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will see you in the next FPS video.